What's up, guys? It's Brokergayane, and we are back with another episode. This week, we are finally diving into the home buying process. Buying a home for the first time can be very overwhelming, and it is not an easy process whatsoever. It's not something where you just walk into the store, pick something you like, and walk out. No, honey, this is going to take some time. It can take 1 month if you're lucky. It can take a few months, maybe even a year. It all just kind of depends on you and how quickly you want to get things done, but also on what's available in the market. So the first thing you're going to want to do is get a pre-qualification. That's always going to make the buyer, you, seem like you are prepared and ready and you're able to buy the home. You can get a pre-qualification from a lender. You can either reach out to your agent and see if they have a lender that's like an in-house lender that they have at the brokerage, or you can go and find one off of Google. Whatever it be, get with a lender and see where you're at. You might be able to afford way more than you think, and you might be able to afford way less than you think. It all just depends on your income, on your debt, and your debt to income ratio. Wow, that was pretty clear, huh? The next step, I'd say, is always get with an agent. You can obviously get with an agent prior to getting a pre-qualification, but you're going to want an agent throughout this process. There's a lot of legal loopholes that you might not understand, and you're going to want an advocate there that is there for your best interest, and that's essentially what you pay an agent to do. Okay. Just a little FYI, the sellers are usually the ones that end up paying both of the commissions. This is usually, it's not always, but most of the time, the seller will pay a 6% commission, which is split between the buyer's agent and the seller's agent. So most of the time, you will not have to pay anything as a buyer in terms of a commission. Okay, so after you have gotten your pre-approval, you have gotten with an agent, you've sat down and talked about what you want, then comes the fun part, is finding a house that you love. Please pay attention to your location. Please pay attention to the neighbors. When you're looking at a home and you really love it, drive around that neighborhood a few times. So after you have found your home, you are absolutely in love with it. You put in an offer and it's a beautiful offer. It gets accepted. Then comes the 30 days of potentially either losing your mind or a super smooth process. Just know that you will have to submit the offer with some earnest money to show that you have leverage in the deal. If you do back down of the deal, you will lose that earnest money most of the time, depending on how your contract is written. Loan application that you're going to have to submit, you're going to have to do an inspection, an appraisal, all of that. You will have some kind of way out. So if you have a home inspection and you do not like something, you can object and you can either see that there be a resolution or pull out of your contract. And that way you will get your earnest money back so long as you do it prior to the deadlines. And if you don't, then you're screwed. Say you have an inspection and you don't like some things, and instead of wanting to pull out of the deal because you actually really like the place, you can submit some kind of resolution that either the seller can do or some kind of concession that you can receive, so that it kind of does work out in your favor at some point. This is basically just one big negotiation, and what you're negotiating is a house, probably one of the biggest purchases you will ever make. As an agent, I will always recommend that you contact either the proper tax or legal counsel. I'm so sorry, we're remodeling my house. You can either contact the proper tax or legal counsel to make sure that this purchase is actually in your favor and is going to be a smart purchase for you. As I mentioned, you will have to get an inspection, you will have to get an appraisal. You're also going to have to pick a homeowner's insurance. So make sure you pick a good one. You can contact different insurance agencies and see whichever one can give you the best bid for your house. If you do stick with an FHA loan, you will have to pay mortgage insurance. Just know that is also a big cost in everything. If you choose to go with a conventional loan and put down 20% or more, you will not have to pay that mortgage insurance. This mortgage insurance is just protection for your lender just in case you do default. Lastly, I'd like to mention that this process can be very overwhelming, so I would highly recommend getting with an agent if you don't know what you're doing. You do not need an agent to complete a real estate transaction. However, if you don't have any experience, especially have any understanding of what's going on with the whole transaction, I would highly, highly, highly recommend getting somebody that is an advocate for you. And that is that. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys learned something. If you liked this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe below. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me personally at Brokergayane on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And I hope you guys are doing well and staying healthy. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.